Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to our trading room for today. It's the Forex Trading Room. It's Monday today and it's the beginning of the trading week. Before we start, I just would like to make sure you can all hear me and see the screen and everything is fine. So just give me a sign on the chat box. Yep. Thank you, Daniel. All good. Excellent. Okay. So like in every Monday, I usually, first of all, I am Snir, and as we do every Monday, I usually pick up some pairs and analyze it together with you for the upcoming days for the short term. And we start from the higher time frame for long term or swing traders, and then roll down to the lower time frames, which is more relevant usually for short term intraday or scalper traders. And before we start, just to remind you, I usually trade, and the method I rely on when I analyze the charts, it's the supply and demand method. I do believe, and from my experience as a trader, I do believe that the most important thing to understand on the chart is the price himself, and to understand supply and demand. I think it's relevant for any market in our life, not only the forex market. Supply and demand, it's the heart of the market, and that's the levels that really matter and really move the markets. Okay, so it's all about how to define good supply and demand on the charts. And as I always telling you at the beginning of trading room, supply demand won't give you only the levels that you want to enter a position. It usually provide you the whole picture you need: where to set your stop loss, where is the take profit, where is the first target, maybe the second target, when when is the time to manage your position and roll the stop loss, and on and on. So it really give you the whole picture you need as a trader in order to become a profitable trader with good risk management. Okay, so any questions before we start? And just to remind you, you're more than welcome to pick up some pairs that, if you have any preferred pairs that you want to analyze and want to see and take my opinion, just write it down on the chat box. Okay. Yes. All right. So we will start with the cable. I guess you mean the US dollar, sorry, the pound against the dollar. Okay. All right. So that's the pound against the dollar. All right. We will check the euro dollar right after. And let's start from the higher time frame. That's the daily chart. As you can see, the price on its way to reach the last record, as you can see here from the left. Okay. And let's take a look on the weekly chart. And we can see that all this area, when the price just about to reach, it's under the statement, it's a resistance zone. It's not exactly supply. Again, if we take a look from this weekly and daily chart as a long-term trader perspective, so it is a resistance. It's not a fresh supply. I guess it's all holding on the previous supply that hiding here from the left, and probably somewhere here above we can find another fresh supply from the very past, the very far past. So anyway, let's take the daily chart again and roll down even to the 4H time frame. We can still see if we have something that really looks like a supply, and maybe to take the risk as more swing traders, and maybe to get some reaction from this supply slash resistance, as you saw in daily on the weekly chart. That's how it looks on the 4H time frame, all this level. Now I would like to make sure on the 1H time frame. So let's roll back, and that's how it looks on the 1H time frame. And I can take it even lower to the 15 minutes to get a better picture at this level. And it's not this one. Okay. How this is how it looks. Okay. So even in 15 minutes chart, you can see the first candle, it's very big red candle. Okay. And it's approximately 70 pips. So I do believe that somewhere here at the top, we can find some supply. 5-minute charts, and now we can see and get a better picture. You can see that from that level, the price really dropped down very fast. I would call it dive down, and immediately correct all the way up to collect orders. So I won't call it a fresh supply because there was some dropped from that level and the price immediately came back to collect the unfilled orders. So we cannot define this level as a level that the price ran away from that level and never came back. But still, since this happened very fast, as you can see here, I do believe that there are unfilled orders hiding somewhere here at the top. It is a risky level, as you saw on the weekly and daily chart, and as we roll down to the 15 minutes and 1H and even 5-minute chart, I still believe it is a risky level. I won't consider it as a fresh supply to open sell position just now on the first touch. That's not the situation. However, I do believe that we have a good chance to get some reaction from that level, maybe from higher level, not exactly where we know, but take a look on how the price arrived into this level. We can see that the price do all the way up with the power. The buyers are the dominant side, and it seems like a power movement. Okay, all this uptrend, as you can see. So, and from the other hand, what we have on the left here, it's not exactly supply level. So I don't think I would take the risk to sell on the first touch, but I would keep my eyes open and maybe I will look for a confirmation from the lower time frames. So like, for example, I will look to see if the price will break out the last low of this uptrend that we can see in these lower time frames. So for now, we are not there yet, but I will look for the confirmation from the lower time frame, some new supply maybe, or something that will give me a sign that maybe we're going to get some technical correction of something maybe until this level, maybe even this demand here, maybe even the very lower one, the one at the bottom here. You can see this one, okay? For now, we don't have this confirmation. The price is still bullish, and we can see it very clear. All right, so let's take the euro against the dollar, and that's the euro against the dollar. I'll start with a higher time frame. Let's take the daily chart, maybe even the weekly. I don't think it will give us any indication, but that's the weekly and that's the daily. And from the left, at least, it seems like the price is about to reach some supply maybe. Let's roll down to the 4H time frame. Maybe something here at the top, because it seems the price really run all the way up very fast to this level, small delay and drop down. Usually these levels are very strong levels when it's called rally, base and drop. But we just need to make sure there is supply here at the top, and in order to be sure, we need to roll down maybe 1H time frame and even lower. So on the 1H time frame, I would put my line approximately here. I'll take the 15-minute, and here it is. Okay, I think that's enough. That was on the 25 in February, and here it is. You can see this. I do believe that the most of the orders in the power is hiding somewhere here. So let's go back to the 4H time frame. Here at the top, I definitely consider to sell on the first touch of the price. Okay, it's here. Remember, we put the line according to the picture we got here in 5-minute chart. And let's take a look down and left to see where is the next available demand we might want to use. So maybe here, let's roll down to the 1H time frame, 15 minutes. We can already set a line here. You can see that the price, even by this 15-minute chart, you can see the price really run away from that level very aggressively. 5 minutes, here is the demand. Okay, this area. And you can see how fast the price left this area. So that's the next available demand I will definitely consider to buy on the first touch of the price. Back to the 4H time frame. Sell at the top here, buy here, and I will take some action at the first opportunity if the price reach this level first or this one. I really don't know. Okay, it might go all the way down to check this level now and then up. It also might continue up, meet that level, and then go down. Of course, the price can break out each one of these levels. But according to supply demand, if we want to work with the most critical levels on the chart, those are the next two levels I'll take in action for now. Buy here at the first touch and sell here at the top on the first touch of the price. Okay. 15 minutes, go back to the 15-minute chart. Now, if we are looking for something for more short-term position, intraday, whatever you call it, if the price break out this level, this area, and again, breaking out is not something like this. It's something that you should see very clear. When you don't have a doubt that the price broke out this level, okay? That's a breakout for sure. So if that happened, it gives us some indication that there is a high chance that the price about to reach this demand at the bottom. Then we might have this buffer between this level and this level to look for some new supply in this lower time frame and maybe sell and try to get something from this buffer. Okay? So, but only if the price will break out this level. That's the only thing I can see for now. As you can see, from the moment the market starts, we don't have any significant movement. The price didn't break out any significant level or didn't create any new supply or demand. So that's the situation. And okay. All right, we'll check the US dollar against the loonie, against the Canadian soon. Well, hi, Conrad. You just, okay, you open a sell position on pound against the dollar. We just analyzed the pound against the dollar before, okay? But I'll just mention this again. It is not the perfect supply I would look for, but from the other hand, I won't be surprised if we will get some reaction from that level. Okay, something like this, all the way down to this demand and maybe even lower, I don't know. But if we are talking supply demand levels, that's not the perfect setup. I wouldn't open sell position on the first touch as I do with the perfect supply and demand levels. Okay, but if you are already in the position, just don't forget to manage your position, and on the first opportunity try to roll your stop loss to break even. Okay, so let's take the US dollar against the Canadian, the luri, and I'll start again with the higher time frame. Okay, that's the weekly chart, and I think I specifically mentioned this 2 or 3 or 4 weeks ago that the price is about to reach at least this support level. You can see what happened in the last 2.5 weeks. The price reached the very bottom of this support area. Okay, I think the original demand is hiding somewhere here, and that was probably the first touch, at least from what we can see in this weekly chart. But uh, that's all we have for now, and this is maybe the second time. So I wouldn't call this demand. Of course, it's support level, as you can see. But even if it's a support and on the weekly chart, you know, a small reaction can be a few hundred of pips. Okay, so you are waiting for buy pound. Oh, we will check the pound against the yen. So I guess if you mean the pound against the yen, yes, I guess so. All right, so let's go back to the US dollar against the Canadian. So we are at support level, and it's not a level that I would consider to buy on the first touch. This is the daily chart and the 4H time frame. Now, you can see the last wave of this downtrend, how strong. Okay, you can see it. What I think, first of all, I marked this level as a great supply to sell on the first touch, but the price still far from that level. I'll roll down to the 1H time frame. Now, what I believe is, I think it's not a level to buy because we are in support, not exactly a demand level, but it's also became too risky to look for a sell position after this very nice and long downtrend, and even before. So I think I would wait for confirmation from these time frames. Let's take the 1H time frame. I will look for a new demand that the price maybe will create in this lower time frame. For now, first I will look for this level to be breaking out. If the price will break out this level, then most likely the price will tend to reach and go all the way up, maybe to the supply here at the top. To be more precise, I think it's this one. Now we have a nice buffer between these two levels. As you can see, it's more than 400 pips. If something like this happened and the price create a new demand that we can see in these time frames, maybe in the 15 minutes, then I definitely hope to see the price correct down all the way to this demand, and then I'll look for buy position. My final target, if I get any signal to buy here at this area, my final target for this position will be this supply at the top, which is, first of all, also an excellent level to sell on the first touch. I'm almost sure, I say almost because nothing is sure, but I'm almost sure that if the price get there, you will see some reaction, at least some reaction from this level. There are probably unfilled orders waiting here on the system, in the system. Okay, so that's for the US dollar against the Canadian. I don't think the 15-minute chart will give us a different picture. I still have the same conclusion according to this time frame. All right, so let's take the pound against the yen. Okay, that's the pound against the yen. And I don't know what is your name. It's just written from PC. I guess you have a PC, but you're waiting to buy at 153.30. 153. Well, approximately here. At least from this chart, 1H time frame, it seems we have some maybe demand level. I'll roll down to the 15-minute chart and the 5-minute. And to be honest, it's a bit tricky, this level. Okay, so I think if the price get there and breaking out the last low, which is this one, then first of all, the conclusion is that the price get inside the bearish zone. I'm not saying that we won't get some reaction from that level, so it depends what is your target. But I think if the price get there, we cannot define the price anymore as a bullish, at least not at these time frames. And I'm definitely not sure about this level. You can see how it looks in this 5-minute chart. We do have a nice blue candles, but we cannot say that the price run away from that level very aggressively and fast, at least from the beginning here. That's not the picture here. I mean, compared to other levels that you can see on the chart. Once again, it depends what is your destination and target. If you are just a scalper, then maybe you get some reaction here, and just to take a few pips, maybe it's a level that was to take the risk. But it's not the perfect one, at least from my opinion. Also want to make sure, and we can see that the price just broke out this level from the left. Now let's roll to the daily, weekly. Okay, let's take a few seconds until the price download all the data. Okay, now you can see that the price actually arrived into, again, a resistance level. Okay, I'm not sure it's break out this level, not yet, at least from what we can see from this weekly chart. And I think, and I do believe that if we are already here, then most likely the price tends to reach this level here. But you know, before the price get there, we can see a 200 pips of technical correction and then continuation up. So it's not really relevant at this moment. Again, I'm definitely not sure about this level, but if I was a swing trader, or let's say if I'm not a scalper or something like this, the price at the moment is still bullish. And I think the price can suffer a technical correction all the way down to this level. That it seems from this 1H time frame, maybe there is some demand here. Let's check it on the 15 minutes. We do have something here, not really convenience. I would put my line maybe here, seems much better. Okay, I'll take even the 5 minutes, and again in the 5 minutes, I'm not sure about this level. I think what I would do at this time, I will let the price to go all the way down if that happened. Then if the price reach this area, I'll take a look at the lower time frames and see if I get some confirmation from the lower time frame, from the 5 or 15-minute chart. Maybe I'll get some indication or new demand from these time frames and look for buy position. I don't have any perfect level that I can put my finger on and say, okay, I'm going to buy here on the first touch. All right. Okay. Any other pairs that you prefer before we continue? Any questions regarding supply demand? All right. I'll take the US dollar against the Swiss. I did uploaded yesterday a trading idea to our trading idea area on the website, and we can check the gold. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I mean, we do not offer, as you probably know, any commodities and indices, but in this trading room we can analyze them together if you want, and also just to let you know and to show you how supply demands level work in any markets, not only in the forex market. Okay, so that's the US dollar against the Swiss, and just to let you know, I did upload a trading idea to our trading idea in the Fivers on the website about the US dollar against the Swiss. I focused on the daily chart, and as you can see, I marked this level as a demand level to buy because I what I'm seeing here is, first of all, a demand area here, and but also I do think it's a powerful level because it's also the Quasimodo level. As you can see, the price, I think in the weekly chart we can see it more clear. The price have this downtrend and then suddenly created a new high, which is higher than the last high of this downtrend. Okay, that's the situation when the price create a new high above this one. It actually give us the indication that the price became bullish. I mean, probably. For now, the price go all the way down, and as you remember, probably usually the level that we will see the reaction of the price, it's the left shoulder, which what we can see according to this weekly chart is here from the left. And if we take a look on the daily chart, we also have something that we can mark as a demand level. So we have a nice, good reason to buy at this level. Now, doesn't have to be on the first touch of the price, okay? We can also look for confirmation from lower time frames because it's daily chart. It might create a long-term opportunity. You don't have to take an action immediately. The price can even dig deep inside this demand a bit, and then only then we will see maybe some reaction. So one of the options is to buy here and set the stop loss just below this demand and put this level as the final target here above. The other option, wait for the confirmation from the lower time frame. For now, wait for the price to break the last high, which is this area. Okay? If that happens, then we can look for a new demand in this lower time frame and on and on. Okay, so that's the situation with the US dollar against the Swiss Quasimodo level in the weekly chart. As you can see here, now the price just arrived to the level that we should look for the buy position. Since we are in a daily chart, we do have time to take action. It doesn't have to be on the first touch. Okay. All right. So let's take the Kiwi against the yen. Oh, I promised the gold. All right. We'll do the gold very soon. That's the Kiwi against the yen. Okay. All right. So let's start with the higher time frames. I think we also mentioned this situation last time. Okay, so now we can see the whole picture. The price is just arrived to resistance level. All this level probably holding on the previous supply here from the left. That's the original one. Probably that's the first touch, first and a half, second, third, maybe four. Anyway, it is a resistance. I don't think we have any fresh supply from the left. Daily chart. So first conclusion, I don't have any level to sell on the first touch if I was relying on this high time frame. Now 4H time frame, 1H time frame, okay, and 15 minutes. Now that's the situation. To be honest, when the price is so high after very nice uptrend, I usually preferred to get some confirmation for reversal. And like in many other pairs that I just explained you before, for now I do prefer to see if the price will break out the last low, which is this one. And if that happened, I will look for a new supply in order to sell. I think it's became too risky to buy after this significant uptrend. And of course, it's too risky. It's not too risky. We don't have any level that give us indication to sell on the first touch. So we can just look for the confirmation from these lower time frames. Okay, if we will see something like this, then we can look for the new supply that created in this lower time frame. If created, let the price to correct a bit up and sell on this supply, sell this supply on the first touch of the price. And for now, we have a very clear picture of this uptrend. The last low is this one. As long as the price didn't break this low, we are still bullish. Okay. And that's for the Kiwi against the yen. I think we can check the CAD yen, but we might see a similar picture. All right, that's the Can Loonie against the yen. Okay, so daily, it's the same. I think we won't hold on this one for long, especially in the higher time frames. I think we might find the same situation. I'm not sure why it's taking so much time. We'll give it a few seconds. Okay. Then here it is. This is where the price now, the gray line. And here above, probably we'll find some supply / resistance. I'm not sure. We can check it out. It was on, 2 years ago, even more, I think. So let's put the line here. And now we can see that these levels is reaction for this original supply from the left. And now the price is all the way up, probably to get this level again. It doesn't mean we can see the price go all the way now straight to this level. We can see technical correction and then maybe. We don't know, okay? So that's the weekly chart. This is the daily chart. I still prefer to look for buy position if I was a long-term trader or even swinger. And from what I see now, there is some demand hiding here, at least from this daily chart. I'll roll down to the 4H time frame and something here. Now 1H time frame. And one thing is for sure. I mean, again, nothing is for sure, but mark this line because below this level, you can see what happened here. Below this one, take a look on the left. There is nothing that will hold the price, and there is nothing that will stop the price to go all the way down, probably to this demand here, maybe this one, or maybe even this one, which seem like the strongest one. So, and you can see why. Below this one, below this line, which is approximately the last low that the price created here, if we take a look on the left, there is nothing. You can see small candles, or what we call compression. Small candles, each up movement immediately get the technical correction to collect the orders, and many wicks up and down. Nothing will stop the price from go all the way down. Okay, so that's the first thing. If the price will break out this level, I'll definitely look immediately for the last supply that the price created in these lower time frames. Let the price to correct a bit up and sell at the first supply I'll find, and try to take all the way down, of course. That's the first thing that really jumped into my eyes. Now, if we roll down and look for a buy position according to the picture we saw on the daily chart and weekly, it's only here at the bottom. And I'll set the 15-minute chart to get a better view. And now you can see, according to this 15-minute chart, that it is not that a strong level as it looks in 4H time frame and 1H time frame. You can see it, small candles, not very significant. We cannot say the price run away from that level. That's not the situation here, but we can say it definitely about this level. So as a long-term swinger, I would look for buy position on the first touch, only here at the bottom, which is here. It's very far, but that's the only level I can put my finger on, say, okay, I'm going to buy here on the first touch. All right. And okay, so let's take, I think with the US dollar against the yen, we will probably see the same. I'll take, that's the US dollar against the yen. The only clear situation I can see here, according to this 1H time frame, sell here on the first touch. You can see how it looks in this 15 minutes and 5 minutes. Here, sell on the first touch of the price. 4H time frame, again, sell here on the first touch of the price. Final target here below. Okay, you have very nice and great risk reward ratio. It's almost, let's say 130 pips as a potential, and that's what you risk. Let's say even 20 pips. Okay, so it is a great supply. I'll definitely sell there on the first touch, if the price gets there, of course. And okay, I'll take the AUD against the Kiwi. Maybe we get something different from this pair. And here it is. This is the 4H time frame. And to be honest, I don't like charts like this. And nothing is clear here. And that's the daily chart. You can see there is no clear direction of the price. I mean, here it was a nice downtrend, but since then, that's what we get. To be honest, when I see charts like this, I just move to the next one. I can take a look at the lower time frame to see if we do have something interesting here. And there is some supply level here. If I was a scalper, maybe sell here on the first touch. But as a scalper, I don't think the AUD against the Kiwi, it's the best currency, the best pair to trade. Okay. Now, in order to check the, if you are in sell position on this pair, I'm not sure what is the reason, but anyway, I can only suggest you to set the stop loss just a bit above this level. And of course, manage your position if you get some profit. So the best level to set your take profit, I mean, it's depend on the style of your trading. If you are a very short-term trader, then take a look here. See this demand. I can just mark you a level on the chart and you decide which action to take there. I mean, if you close the position, maybe part of the position, roll your stop loss, whatever. So this area, okay? And below this one, and as you can see, there are many wicks on this pair, up and down. So it's really confusing, but I think below this area, it's approximately this support resistance. And the last one I can mark, it's the very bottom here, this area. Okay, now in order to analyze the gold, I need to change the screen that I'm sharing. So just give me a second to get it ready. Okay. Now I'll bring this left end. All right. Sharing the XAU USD with the trading view platform, as you can see. So just let me know if you can see anything. You should see the gold now. Okay, just write on the chat box. Let me know you can see this chart. Yes, excellent. Okay. So let's start from the daily chart. Okay, here's the daily chart. Okay. Now, as you can see, according to this daily chart, first of all, we can see very clearly the double bottom here. And now the price is bullish. Okay, you can see it. We just a few days ago get over this supply from the left. It's not exactly because it seems that the original supply is here. This one is kind of check of this supply. Anyway, the price is here now, which give me the conclusion that there is a high probability we will see the price go all the way up, at least to this supply. You can see the, I even had this shape here, okay? There is some supply here between these two candles. So I think the price on its way up. So first conclusion, if I was a swing or long-term traders, I prefer to look for buy position. Now, for each time frame, where we should take this buy position, the first thing I can see is this one. I'm just running down to the 1H time frame, still valid. Okay. Now, 15 minutes, excellent level. To be honest, also here, both are great levels for buy position on the first touch of the price. I'll buy here. I'll roll my stop loss on the first opportunity because I will take in consideration that the price might continue down to check the lower one, which is this one. But I definitely will take some action and buy on the first touch also here. If the price will trigger my stop loss, you can see it's a very short level. Then I'll look for another buy position here. By the way, if the price breaking out this level, then most likely we will see the price go all the way down to the next available demand, which give us the conclusion that maybe we can look for a sell position between these two levels. All right, so those are the next two levels I look for buy position. back to the daily chart just to remind you the picture, and that will be the final target. Okay. Of course, I will roll my stop loss on the way, close maybe part of the position on the way, manage my position anyway. So that's for the gold. And I I think we took in consideration also the maybe short-term opportunity here if the price will break out this demand. And okay, I think that's all for the gold, and that's all for today. I really appreciate your help, and it's really enjoying that you are participating in this trading room. So thank you very much. Don't forget to manage your position. I wish you all a very successful trading week. So thank you, and see you tomorrow at the same time.